Peace, Volt, fellow gamers. Here we're going to go through, I have a small unboxing here, and then a little bit of talking about some skeletons from Mantic. So this is going to be the Ghoul Ghast, and you get it like this. Currently they're out of stock on their webpage. I found this on eBay, and it's a metal plastic miniatures. It is a direct only sale, so it's not available in stores or whatever. You'll only ever get it in this kind of package. You won't get Mantic points for it. So, just got the bad boy in the mail. And, you know, I wanted to get things that are direct only. So, for some reason, they give you two bases. You only need one. Maybe, because they give you a ghoul sprue with this. So you can make one ghoul and one ghoul ghast. Let's look at the... So, pretty gnarly looking dude. Got some entrails and stuff going on. So I guess it doesn't fit with the normal idea of ghouls being living creatures that eat the remains of the dead. Let's pop that off. It's common. All this flash here, very common little bits. So he's wearing the skin of a dead guy. Okay, this is disturbing. Okay, so that's a brain, and then you've got the eyes right there. You can see them better right there. The eyeballs, a brain, and then what I suppose is a perfect draw is a spinal cord, because it doesn't have bones of a spinal column. So I guess this guy would be a master at cracking crabs and pulling out those big long pieces of meat from the crab claw itself. That's actually in the claw part. So, because from everything I'm led to believe that this spinal column is very, very fragile material. But it looks like this guy's dead. He's all cut up in the face. For some reason has a flail with like, I don't know. So has this chain whip thing and a skin. Got his hair in a sweet top knot. And that's the metal that you get. You can bend these things to where they're not so one-dimensional. You know, bend them off to the side and whatnot, and wrap them around a bit more. Keeping it just flat would be almost a shame. So, and this is my first ghoul sprue. I haven't purchased any of these yet. Let's see, you've got, okay, somebody's, they're rocking a Freddy Krueger type. You see these little chains hooked up to these claw deals. I guess that makes their job easier. And it could be an eating implement as well. Then you have a sack of snacks right here. They're not worried about any foot fungus or anything like that. And hands, some bones to nibble on. Their dirty little faces. And two pretty beefy legs. And I guess they're not worried about nails or compound fractures. I don't quite know what that one is. With that little split, I don't know. Doesn't look like it's a compound fracture, but who knows? Maybe it could be just a long stem mushroom. Who knows? And this guy looks like they're pretty into shoving crap in their legs. This guy's got a big needle blade sticking out of his leg. Oh, and stuff in their chest. Maybe they're modeling these off of the punkers they see in London. I don't know. Yeah, that's clearly either a nail or a long stem mushroom. But I'm thinking with the spikes and stuff. Oh, yeah, there. That does it. There's the head of the nail right there, or the tip of the nail. Head of the nail's up here. So, all right, man. These guys are driving nails straight through their meaty bits. They're disturbed. Okay. Steely knives. Yeah. And a cleaver. Because, hey, you got to chop that meat. To quote Fairy Meat the game, meat is meat, learn to eat. Okay. And they are showing, aside from self-inflicted wounds, they are showing some other signs of damage, just little cuts and stuff. Nothing really to say that they're undead. Maybe I saw this guy wrong and that he has entrails. Of course, by goodness, it looks like entrails right there. So I was looking at the model, not in the screen. Yeah, it looks like innards, but could not be innards. Could be that he just has something corded running up through his rib cage. Anyway, the best way to find out is prime this joker. But clearly, he likes the brain, eyes, and stem. Okay, so there's your unboxing. This is going to be the Mantic Direct Sales Ghoul Ghast model. And you get an extra ghoul model in there too, which is pretty neat. Because you'll have to use one of these plastic legs to be that person's legs. So with the skeletons, I built my first 10, and I'll be moving on to zombies next. And I'm going to build, I think it's 12 of those. It's just the way that the sprues are, because the sprues are weird. You get 4 models per sprue, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. This is a dude coming out of the dirt. So 4 guys per sprue. I'm doing 3 sprues. But here did the skeletons. It's nice as far as ranking them up. I would still highly suggest putting these guys on the 45. Like square their shoulders up on these 2 angles here. Okay, and that makes ranking these models very easy. I'm doing them individually because of characters and whatnot. I've already got, you know, a vampire babe, Lady Iona, so I have her, and there's other characters that they make that will squeeze into here, vampires and the like, whites or whatever. So I kind of want to leave it modular. I know that multi-basing is a thing, but what happens if I want to add some more beef into the unit? So I made myself a little hero man's here. He's pretty cool. I love the empty hood. And then he's got these flailing arms, which is just kind of crazy looking. And then I gave him a little cape because he comes with 1 cape. Thought they looked sweet. And fairly skeletal, but I can add like a ghostly glow. Made a standard bearer. They have this pocket up here that you can slide a head into. I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to do something else with this. I was looking at mounting a pumpkin up here, a jack-o'-lantern, which would be cool, but it'd be very top-heavy for this cat. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think actually they want you to have this to where the arrow is facing up the other way, because see how it's got that down slit there? So that would be so that the head can look out. But I don't want to put a skull up there. I have a series of crows, so I actually could put, I'm sorry, vultures. And I could put a vulture up there. It's a Metal Games Workshop vulture. So I could put that bad boy up there, and that would be pretty cool. But here's the one that I wanted to talk about. Yay Old Musician. So just have him there so you can look at him real quick. And let's break out another skeletal frame, so we can look at this goofy bit. Well, I say it's a goofy bit. Other people might fawn over it. I think this is the best thing since sliced bread. But alright, so there you see a little skeleton laughing at you, and it looks like he's inside of a flower or something. Well, that's the end of a trumpet. And there's a little peg there, an indent. We call it a female section for a peg. So that is what they wanted you to put at the end of this. Let's see. I will find Ye Old Horn. Okay, and there we go. And it's up top here. I'm going to grab it. Oh, I'm bending the mess out of it. That's okay. I don't need another one. I've got 4 of these anyway. Alright, so And actually, it's good that it's stressed there, because that will stress my points here that I'm going to make. So I got the pin, and yeah, pop that in there, and there's your Gigantor goofy horn, okay, with the Screaming Duties upside down, but okay. So that's what Mantic designed. That's what they wanted. They wanted that head there. Well, not this guy. So I didn't like the flared out bit, and for reasons of space, if you look, if I'm gonna match those things up, okay, that horn would almost hit him in the face. And no matter how, it's the angle of the arm anyway, no matter how you position it, you can't get it like in his mouth, which is kind of what I wanted, and I wanted him to actually be committing to it, you know. But as it is, I just have the open mouth head with this horn kind of near enough. So what I did is right here where this stress mark is, the white, I just snipped that off, as is demonstrated. Oh no, I did it a little bit after. So this little section there I took off. So I snipped off. Oh man, focus, bro. I snipped off that nub there. Just drilled it out with a handy dandy pin vise. Drilled out a single hole. Took an X-Acto, rounded it off a little bit. It already had that crack there, so I just followed it through and split it at the tip. And what I'll do before I prime or do anything else, I'm gonna do it now. Now that I'm talking about it, let's just do it. No time like the present. Take a little of this, tie me a thin cement, and clean it up. Okay, and that way it's gonna look nice and smooth. So that's what I did. It made, of course, you know, walking skeletons, laughing, and all that good stuff is not realistic. But I wanted a bit more of a realistic horn, something that didn't look goofy balls. And I'm sorry, but this is pretty silly. I mean, Mantic does some silly things. They're Mantic, but I didn't care for this. It just, I mean, you shove a skull into a pipe, it's not going to sound the same. It's going to ruin its acoustics. So why even do it? Threw that one again away just like I did the last one. So I just wanted that horn. And that's my slight modification. As far as the rest of the unit, it fits together really well. You know, most of these guys are actually two pieces. And I say most of them. Some of them are. The weapon is just in there with the head, the torso, and the shield arm. And it's just legs, boom, torso, and base. And that's what I have to put together. These other guys, these dudes here, you know, head, cape, torso, weapon, legs, base. A bit more complex, but he's still cool. And then we get this guy who's also has his hands flailing in the air. I think he's going to be these guys with the hands flailing. You only get 2 models of them. Well, you're gonna have 4 of each because you're gonna have 40 of these guys. But they give you plenty of hand weapons to go crazy with. I've started my own little bits bag of swords, spears, all that good stuff, and we will be rocking it with the other 10, the other 20, the other 30 of these guys. I have a long road to go. It's really a mix of spears and hand weapons. Not sure if in the rules they do have pure spearmen and pure hand weapon guys. I know in the old Warhammer Fantasy that they fought differently. Of course, you're going to bring spearmen because, hey, defending static positions with spears is awesome, and actually being able to fight in 2 ranks is awesome. I don't know if that's how this game rolls or what, but I knew that spearmen were vastly superior to hand weapons and shields. It would give you a better armor, say, with shields, but their skeletons are going to die in droves, so you better have the spears. I basically made every single skeleton spear, so it was kind of novelty to have a dude with a hammer. I'm like, yeah, man, out there cracking walnuts. He's not doing too much, and he's gonna die in a few seconds, but man, he's having fun doing it. So, well, anyway, zombies are next. I'll do, like I said, 12 of those, and I'm gonna rotate between doing 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, because I have a bunch of these things to do. And I am a mold line Nazi. I just destroy mold lines. So it takes me a little while to clean these guys up, because if I prime them and I start to paint them and I see that straight line down the model, I can't stand it. I would have to scrape that mold line off and reprime. It's just a nightmare. So that's my preference anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Ghoul Ghast, and we'll be seeing more ghouls here when I decide to pick up some more like units I need 30, 40 of. We'll see more of those guys. I think I might move on to cavalry. So I just wanted this one character because he was difficult to get aside from the website, and the website is out of stock. So I think next will be cavalry. There's the deal. It's got 2 Revenant cavalry sets in there, another set of werewolves, and I think ghouls. I think actually ghouls are in that set with Lady Iona, but I already have her, so she's kind of white noise. But I think that's the next set I'm going to look at picking up, unless it's like bits and bobs. If I could find some singles or something like this Ghoul Ghast, then I'll pick those guys up. But anyway, you guys take it easy. Carry your liaison.